I'm just picking mushrooms and berries.
As usual on the vehicle, Inspector Alpha Bravo 10. Okay, destroy target. Roger that, Central.
Hello?
Buenos dias, senor. You looking to build a house?
I'm here for something else. I wanted to ask you about the villa that you recently built for Don Pedro.
Of course I remember that villa. How could I forget it? It was built a short time ago. I still have a model. We can take a look at it if you wish. Ah, that was one of my best plans, modesty aside. I worked on it day and night, and then it dawned upon me. What was it that dawned upon me? I'm losing track. Feel free to interrupt me, young man. I do repeat myself sometimes, so what exactly do you want to know?
I'd like to ask you a few questions about that villa.
Of course. Ask away, sir. I'm always happy to help out however I can.
What can you tell me about Don Pedro?
Don Pedro. Now that is one shady character. I'd certainly rather have him as my friend and not as an enemy. He's an imposing presence around here, all over the country, really. Cast his shadow over everything. Sometimes I think his power here is truly limitless. He can do anything he wants to, and he charges a lot for his services.
What can you tell me about Don Pedro's villa?
Oh, that's a fabulous villa. Even more beautiful than all of my other projects. I worked on that design for about 6 months, and frankly, I made a tidy sum. It's got an exquisite swimming pool. Don Pedro spends all his time there now, floating around like in those American television programs. And he's got the whole place surrounded by his guards.
What can you tell me about the area where Don Pedro's villa is located?
Oh, that's one of the most beautiful areas in this part of the country. The mountains are breathtaking. Oh, and the jungle. Have you seen the river? Oh, it's gorgeous. The villa is situated on a mountaintop, overlooking the jungle like a huge reigning statue, like Mother Nature herself. It doesn't get better than that. Truly an ideal place to build a villa.
There was something else I wanted to ask you. You probably know every nook and cranny in that villa. I thought you might be able to tell me how to sneak in there incognito.
Pardon my curiosity, sir, but why would you want to do that?
"10 days ago, my daughter disappeared somewhere in your country. Rumor has it that Don Pedro was the last person to see her. I don't think his guards will let me pass the gate to see him. You understand my predicament."
I don't know why, but something tells me I should believe you. You're right. When Don Pedro's villa was under construction, he demanded I put in passages of which he and I alone had knowledge. We often discussed the issue into the night over brandy and Havanas.
So, if I were one of these secret passages, where would I be?
Well, first of all, there's the main entrance, naturally. Then there's a side door near the wall surrounding the whole property. Then there's a small jetty by the river. And finally, a top-secret entrance Don Pedro designed himself, thinking he could keep it even from me. But you see, each of my works is like a newborn baby, and a mother must know everything about her child.
Tell me more about the main entrance.
The main gate is heavily guarded. The guards check everyone's ID. If they're not convinced it's important, they won't let you in to talk to Don Pedro. If you try to force your way in, they'll... What do you say in your films? Ah, yes. They will put a cap in your behind. So amusing.
How do I get to the river jetty without being seen?
On a boat, of course. How else? You ask strange questions, senor. Are you sure you haven't come down with tropical fever? Because the jetty is just as heavily guarded as the gate, and you'll need all your strength if you wish to face them.
What about the side door?
Well, it's a door like any other, just off to the side to the right of the wall, next to a big tree. Now, even though my code of ethics strictly forbids me from divulging professional secrets, I have decided, against my better judgment, to help you. That is why I'm prepared to sell you a key to that door for an insignificant 3,000 pesos. I made myself a copy after the construction was finished, just in case.
Thanks, but no thanks. I don't need it.
Whatever you want, senor. Either way, you won't be able to get past his henchmen.
What about the side door?
Well, it's a door like any other, just off to the side to the right of the wall, next to a big tree. Now, even though my code of ethics strictly forbids me from divulging professional secrets, I have decided, against my better judgment, to help you. That is why I'm prepared to sell you a key to that door for an insignificant 3,000 pesos. I made myself a copy after the construction was finished, just in case.
Thanks, but no thanks. I don't need it.
Whatever you want, senor. Either way, you won't be able to get past his henchmen.
Where can I find the secret entrance?
Senor, in the interest of helping a kindred spirit in this world of brutes, I will divulge its location and give you a key to the wall for a mere 5,000 pesos. Consider it a symbolic gesture in the interest of keeping our friendship a secret.
Nah, I'd rather keep the crawling around underground to a minimum. I'll stick to the entrances above ground.
Whatever you want, senor. Either way, you won't be able to get past his henchmen.
Adios.
Hasta luego. And if you change your mind about building that dream house, don't hesitate to pay me a visit. Free of charge.
Hello, Mayor.
Hello, Senor Myers.
So, can you help me look for my daughter?
I can try, but it'll cost you 1,000 pesos, and I can't give you any guarantees. That's how we work here.
All right, here's your money. I'll come back in a few days, and you tell me what you found out.
It's a deal. I'll really try to help you out, Senor Myers.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Senor Myers.